Hey guys, welcome to Mike on a Platter.
We have a very special guest today.
Very special guest. We have Mathew Clayton. Mathew, say hi to the folks.
Bow, bow, bow.
Yeah, tell us what you're all about, brother. Tell us what you're about. What's your deal? What do you do?
You ready for this?
Yes, I am.
I'm all about love, man.
Dude,
wow.
good words,
I like
bro.
that.
That's like you're
Why
like
you gotta look it straight at my eyes and
hey,
say I'm all about
that's
love,
the only
man?
way.
I'm like,
Hey,
oh,
you know what
shit.
we got here? We got Jimi Hendrix
Penetrating.
reincarnated,
All about
guys.
love, dude.
Here he is. We got Jimi Hendrix right here, back
Yeah.
from the '60s. Here he is,
All about love.
dude.
just,
that's
just
that's
don't
great.
die like him, all right?
Yeah. Don't choke on your vomit
Yeah.
when
Hey,
you
man.
when you lose money in the metaverse.
It's okay. He died in love. It's all right.
He did.
Yeah, he's in love with several women.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yes. Okay, yeah, right. Okay. So Matthew, you have your own page, right? What do you do? What are you putting out there in the world?
Oh man, it's man. This world is it's moving so fast and it changes so quickly. So I'm adapting with it. So what I'm on right now is meditation, love, just trying to educate people on just slowing down.
You know, I'm so glad that you are here tonight, and the reason why I'm telling you that is because I feel like on this podcast we have been spending so much time lately on such negative stuff, and I think it's been eating at me. And you know what? I don't want to be part of that anymore. I don't want to be part of the people that are talking about how this, was engineered, and now they're making all this money on that. That goes in you, and the whole, I'm speaking in code right now, but or how this this institution is a bunch of child skin wearing shoe motherfuckers and drinking blood, and it's just we know there's a bunch of shit out there. We know there's a bunch of evil fucking twisted people. We know there's so much corruption and all that stuff, and I don't want to focus on it anymore.
Yeah.
It's making me sick. It was making me sick.
What do you want to focus on, Eric?
When we focus on it, we market it, we promote it. So I mean, everything is, regardless of what it looks like on the surface, everything is made up of energy. Everything is made up of frequencies. The negativity is just negative energy. We can get into the depths and the detail of things, but we have to come back to the foundation of the why, of like why this energy is being put out, and it's just lack of love in certain areas.
Oh my God, that's so well said.
Yeah.
So on your what do you have? Do you have an Instagram account, or you have a something that you're promoting your philosophy and your way of seeing things?
Yeah. So right now I'm on Instagram at Mathew Clayton. Maybe we'll loop that into the description. But I do social media marketing, and a big reason why I've gotten into social media marketing is because essentially marketing, ties into controlling the narrative and propaganda and things like that.
All the things we know that are happening out there that are totally detrimental to our spiritual growth as a species.
Absolutely. So I think to be in a space where you can educate people on how to slow things down and not get so wrapped into all the streams of narratives and all these things that are just like coming in and consuming all that, and to teach people to slow down and tap into their own insight, into their own narrative. That's what it's all about for me. So helping small businesses and helping them get their message out and get their word out, and putting it on the platform in a way that people will digest it is really important, because it's a art within itself. If you have a business and you have something that you're really good at, it took you years to acquire that skill, but when it comes to putting yourself on social media and putting yourself out there in a way where people will be attracted to it and excited for it, that's a whole nother philosophy and curriculum to take in itself. So
yeah, and people that really understand marketing and people that really understand human psychology, know how to maximize the delivery.
Yeah.
And that's a good place if you're on that, if you have that strength. But it sounds to me like you're doing it with a wholesome underlining.
Yeah. I like to think I'm bringing something a little bit different to the table with marketing. There's a very, manipulative, typically more masculine approach of kind of, hitting people exactly like right where it hurts. And like I said, everything for me is just love. It's slowing it down and making sure, instead of trying to convince people that they need something, going to them and actually having a conversation with them and asking them, hey.
All right, so I'm gonna throw a little thing out here for you, Matthew.
Let's do it.
The cultural attitudes and beliefs are cyclical, so it's a pendulum that swings.
Okay.
And every 30 years we see repetitions of some of these cycles, and I think you're on a good cycle right now, in a good pendulum swing. We need more love. And every 30 years there's like the hippie movement of the 60s, and then there was kind of a free love thing in the 90s, and now we're due for another time like that, and that's now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's more important now than ever, because the love that we see out there is not the self-love that we think it is. The self-love, I think that correct me if I'm wrong, or let me know if you agree with me. The self-love that we're seeing out there right now is how many likes do I get? How many...
Yeah, it's narcissism.
Narcissism, yeah. And it's almost like, I'll love myself if everybody else is loving me.
Mm-hmm.
And we've lost that ability to just have unconditional love, or, like you're doing, showing other people that you can be a being of love without having to have everybody else loving you in a way. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, absolutely.
That does make sense.
It's important to understand, we live in a certain type of society, with very, rigid constructs and a stigma attached to it. With living in a capitalist society, which is fine. That's something that we have to understand, and we have to do our research on, in order to understand how it conditions us in our day to day. Going back to the meditation thing, meditation is so important because it allows us to observe that conditioning, and once we are able to observe it, then we can accept it, and then we can shift it.
Good words.
Yeah, we can't really have self-love until we're able to identify what is it that is kind of layered on top of us first.
Oh, sure.
We can preach self-love, and it could just be words, but in order to really feel it and embody it fully, we have to do the research and understand where the hell we are, where do we live, what is our environment that influences us every day. Even if we say it's not influencing us, it is. It's a constant stream of information constantly coming in. Just when you walk outdoors, when you go to work, people who work a 9 to 5, which is most of us, you work in a corporate structure. That's a capitalist structure. So you're constantly getting fed all of that. Mm-hmm. And it's not something to judge. It's not a judgment. It's just essentially like just identifying and understanding it, so we can
and then finding a balance to the outside of that structure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking about with the whole love thing? You made me think of Black Mirror again. I know we talked about one of the other ones we did with you. There was an episode of Black Mirror where everybody's value in society was based on somebody's like experiences. Mm-hmm. Like you'd have an interaction with somebody and you both share likes, mm-hmm. and your like credit put you in different tiers. Did you see that one?
I did see that.
That's
Okay.
happening in China. They've had that system
Dude.
for a long time.
That is so fucked up. I can't even tell you how fucked up I think that is.
Yep.
That is so absolute surface level validation of who somebody actually is. And if we ever get into that in the States or anywhere in the Western civilization, I don't know, China, I don't know what you're thinking over there, but if we ever get into that over there, we are in serious trouble. We are in serious trouble because we are still human beings. Nobody is perfect. Everybody has to work on themselves. Everybody has impulse issues. Everybody has their flaws. And it's one thing to encourage others to be on their best and be in their best behavior, but let's do that from a place of cooperation as opposed to a place of desperation.
Control.
Yeah.
So the concept is kind of, scary, for lack of a better word. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll see it in your lifetime. Maybe in mine.
Yeah. Maybe my daughter will be the one that creates it. Who knows? We'll
Maybe
see.
maybe your daughter would be like, "Oh, George, what the fuck?" And just
Yeah.
hit like -10.
Yeah, right.
And be like, "Shit, now I can't buy a car."
Yeah,
Get a house.
God.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it'll be in a part of the metaverse.
Yep, my credit score took a 10-point hit just because of that. Thanks, Rach.
Yeah, right. Serious.
No, yeah, and like you said, the metaverse, like it all ties in. Everything is becoming virtual. Everybody's, this government, these powers, that be are trying to control everybody, and you're constantly being fed, all this information, like Matt said, and it's unhealthy for everybody. But you have a huge, number of people that can't get enough of this shit. And that's the scary part. It's like, how do you disconnect millions of people from their phones? And of course, you have to start with good influences, and breaking bad habits and breaking down barriers. And you start, like Matt's approach, love, right? I mean, since he's been here, like, he stayed at my house for a week, and I don't know. It's a different kind of vibe. His approach it works. Suddenly we're outside walking a lot more. We're appreciating things, right? The energy, is that need for wanting to be on social media. Yeah, it's there, and we use it. I'm on it, but as much as before, no. Do I really care? No. I'm in the now. I'm in the moment. I'm basking in, this energy, this vibration, and that's something you just don't get with social media and all these.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not there yet, and I think we're gonna bring it. We got to bring that.
Yeah.
That platform needs a reminder. It's almost a dichotomous relationship. It's almost an ironic relationship where we're putting this out there in a platform that, or in a world, a social media world that where it's all about consuming everybody, all consuming. To say don't be all consumed.
Yeah.
So we hope you'll find a little sliver in your acceptable balanced portfolio to fit this podcast in, or what we're doing here, or go to Matt's page and check it out. So, but yeah, balance,
Yeah.
The force.
the life force.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll just close out with, everybody's chasing the silver dollar. Everybody's chasing success without actually defining what success looks like for them. I think everybody has this image, when they see these Instagram posts with a Ferrari and, with a nice mansion and, the pretty feed and all this stuff, and that's what people are chasing. And it's like you have to define what success looks like for you, and why does it look like that for you? Like, what is it that you think you're gonna feel when you get there? And going back to like the inner peace thing, are you practicing by trying to reach that image? Are you practicing control? Or are you practicing inner peace? Are you practicing relaxation every day? Yeah, you gotta kind of identify for yourself what means the most to you. Do I want to practice love every day? Do I want to practice being in the moment? Do I want to practice relaxation, or do I want to practice having ultimate control over my environment every single day?
So I'm curious, like, what does success mean to you?
Um, just like being in the moment and not being afraid of what tomorrow might bring, not being anxious of yeah, what the hell am I gonna do tomorrow if I fuck off today?
You know, you brought up a very important beneficial consequence of meditation. Helps with anxiety.
Absolutely. That's what it is. We're all anxious about tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
You know,
And you're forgetting to be here now
Yeah.
and be now here.
you're out with dinner with your family and you're like, holy shit, next week I have to. It's like, dude, you're not even reaping the actual nourishment that's coming in this very moment with being, with your family or being with your lover, whatever that looks like. Yeah. So.
You know what, Matthew? I'm so glad you came in, dude. And it was such a pleasure to meet you. And I know you've been friends with this guy for a while. We'd love to do something with you again.
Yeah,
I don't know what that looks like, and I don't know how often that is, but I think you you bring a synergistic energy to this table, and
His pool table.
this pool table, and I feel good things with you being here and being part of this, however that unfolds.
Cool. Yeah, this is fun. I love this. I mean, this is the love right here, just pouring through.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in, and you guys, thanks for tuning in, and maybe some more down the road. We'll see. God be willing, the universe be willing, whatever you believe in, the metaphysical world be willing, whatever it is. Good night. Thanks again, Matthew, for coming in.